This is a video record of our trip to Europe from June 8th to June 25th, 2024. This is part 2. In this part, we make a quick overnight visit to Venice, Italy, and then we spend our first afternoon and evening on board the Explorer of the Seas as we set sail for the Greek islands. In the part 1 video, we traveled from LA to Disneyland Paris, where we spent 2 days seeing that amusement park. On the afternoon of Friday, June 14th, we took an Uber to Orly Airport, where we would catch our flight from Paris to Venice. We would have preferred to fly out of Charles de Gaulle Airport, but there were no flights to Venice out of de Gaulle, so we had to use Orly Airport. Orly is a small commuter airport midway between Charles de Gaulle and Paris. Small airports like Orly are renowned for crowds and poor service, and Orly did not disappoint. We had to wait in an area that was designed to hold half the number of people that were crowded into it. While we were waiting for the plane to Venice, Robin complained that her left eye was bothering her. She said it felt like she had scratched her eyeball sometime during the day before. It soon began to itch and sting, and later it teared up. All that made her feel lousy. Karen had chosen to fly on an airline called EasyJet, a European discount airline. Our plane was late getting in, so we got a late start to Venice. I got a window seat on the right side of the plane, so I was able to see Paris as we took off. There's the Eiffel Tower. During the flight, I got this picture of the kids and Robin. As we flew over Switzerland, all I could see was clouds. Every so often, I could see the Swiss Alps peeking through the clouds. The flight only took about an hour. We landed at Marco Polo Airport just across the lagoon from Venice. Robin and I knew that getting from the airport could be long and tiring, so Karen had reserved a water taxi before we left home. A Venice water taxi is a private watercraft with a cabin and an area at the back of the boat to stand. The water taxi reservation also included a chauffeur who would drive us to the taxi. After we got off the plane, we gathered our luggage and met the chauffeur, who was holding a sign with our name on it. It took us about 10 minutes to drive to the lagoon, where we turned left and crossed the Ponte della Liberta, then on to the place we would meet the taxi. The chauffeur and the taxi driver loaded our luggage onto the boat, then the taxi driver made sure that everyone was ready to go. A few seconds later, we were off through the canals of Venice. Robin and I were in heaven.
Hey, baby. Good job. Nice. All right. Ooh, sorry.
Crazy sounds.
It was at this point that I joined Robin at the back of the boat. I noticed that she was filming, so I just took in all the sights and sounds of the trip. We cruised along 3 of the Venice canals. The first was mostly straight, with a few curves.
Pretty neat, huh, Alex? Yes, I am.
Look at all these houses, Lex. These houses are hundreds and hundreds of years old.
People get around it on the water. Everybody has a boat. Some of them, some big boats and some small boats. Everybody has a boat.
Norm, thanks for the stop. This is my favorite.
We love it here.
I love it. I'm so happy. And I wanted Clark to get a feel for it, you know?
The second canal had many curves.
Wow. I love this, Norm, so much.
The third canal was the Grand Canal, the largest and most picturesque of all the canals. Wow. This is so beautiful.
Here's another water bus. Oh yeah. Best place to sit on the water bus is right up front there. It's kind of hard to see. There's the bridge there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
The Alto. There's a bunch of gondolas.
And there's a guy. Hey!
The official greeter.
Yeah. Look at that. One of these, remember, was the George Clooney where they got married?
Yeah. It might have been that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of reminded me of it.
This is where George Clooney got married.
So far, no singing gondolas.
Yep. Ours was special.
Yep.
After we got settled in, we were going to walk back down to the
Hi.
Since our hotel was not at the edge of a canal, the driver had to drop us off at the nearest taxi stop to our hotel, which in this case was located just before the Rialto Bridge.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
After we docked and the driver had unloaded our luggage, a short little man pushing a luggage cart walked up and offered to take us and our luggage to our hotel. His name was Constantino. We gladly accepted his offer and led the way to our hotel, the Bella Venezia. Hiring Constantino was one of the best snap decisions we made on the entire trip. He charged us $25, but it was more than worth it. We asked him to return the next morning to take us and our luggage from the hotel back to the Rialto Bridge area. We registered, then we went up to our respective rooms. Both rooms were old world fancy, like Robin's and my room. The rooms overlooked one of the smaller canals, which, as it turns out, was a main highway for gondolas. Unfortunately, none of them included a singer. After we all had a chance to freshen up, Karen did a search on her phone and found a nearby restaurant that had glowing recommendations. With the help of Google Maps, we found the restaurant. We all had high expectations of the food at this restaurant, and we were not disappointed. They served truly authentic Italian food. Karen and I even ordered wine. It was a fantastic choice. After dinner, we walked to the Rialto Bridge and spent some time there. I shot this from the bridge. Notice the water taxis at the bottom of this picture. Next, we found a candy store for you-know-who. Then we started walking towards St. Mark's Square, which was not too far from our hotel. The first thing we saw there was St. Mark's Basilica. It was interesting that we arrived as the sun was shining on just the top part of the basilica, turning it gold. Here is another angle of the basilica. And here's 3 generations of cruisers enjoying the evening. This is St. Mark's Bell Tower. Later, we started back to our hotel. St. Mark's Basilica is on the right. The white building straight ahead is the clock tower with the statues of 2 men on the top who strike the bell on the hour. We'll see them again later. At about 10 o'clock that same night, Robin and I walked back to the square to see it at night. The kids opted not to go. We saw a lit-up St. Mark's Basilica. This building houses shops and restaurants on the bottom floor. In this picture, you can see the clock tower I mentioned earlier. It is lit up on the top. And there are the 2 statues. Great shot, Robin. It had been a long day and Robin's eye was still bothering her, so we were not able to stay as long as we wanted. The next morning, Saturday, June 15th, I woke up early and walked a couple of blocks to this pharmacy. I described Robin's eye problem to the pharmacist and she sold me some eye drops. She said the drops should solve the problem, and she was right. By the end of the cruise, Robin's eye had stopped bothering her. After I returned from the pharmacy, we met the kids and had breakfast in the hotel. This was the day we would board our ship, the Explorer of the Seas. The ship would be waiting for us in the city of Ravenna, Italy, about 200 miles south of Venice. Before leaving home, Karen had booked seats on a Royal Caribbean shuttle bus that would take us to Ravenna. The only problem was getting all of us and our luggage to the meeting place of the shuttle bus. The easiest way would have been to take another water taxi, but the one we had taken the day before was all we could afford. If you're wondering why taking water taxis is so expensive, it's because a new water taxi cost about $500,000 and a used one cost about $300,000. Our only option was to take a water bus to the meeting place. Normally that would not be a problem, but with all our luggage, it would be a struggle. At about 9:30 that morning, we met the porter we had used from the day before. We walked with him and our luggage back to the Grand Canal. Once there, we needed to get up and over these steps. Clark and I groaned that we would have to lug them over the steps, but Constantino said that they were no problem for him, and he was right. At the bottom of the stairs was our water bus stop. After I purchased the wrong tickets, we finally got the correct ones and boarded the water bus. Lifting our luggage quickly onto the bus was a backbreaker, and it didn't help that the bus was packed to the brim with people. We cruised along the Grand Canal, making many stops. When we arrived at our stop, we got off the bus and then had to walk about a half a mile to the meeting place, the glass buildings on the right. Poor Clark had to carry his two 50-pound bags the entire way by himself in the heat. Needless to say, when we got on the shuttle bus, he was a bit fatigued. After a 3-hour bus ride, we arrived at the port. Right after we got off the bus, they gave us luggage tags. I subsequently lost mine, so we were delayed in the check-in process. We were finally able to board the ship at about 2:30 in the afternoon. We went straight to our cabin, which was on the port or left side of the ship, cabin number 9572. The kids' cabin was on the same deck as ours, but their cabin was on the starboard or right side of the ship, cabin number 9294. Both of our cabins were junior suites. They were more money than a regular cabin, but they were worth it. Our cabins were big, and our bathrooms included a bathtub and shower. There were also walk-in closets and oversized balconies. After we had looked around our cabin, Robin and I went down to the Royal Promenade, which is a wide corridor running down the middle of the ship on Deck 5. The promenade is where you can find many shops, restaurants, and bars. It is the heart of the ship. Excuse me, miss. Can I get your name, please?
Robin.
Robin. That's a pretty name, Robin. Down these stairs is the casino. Going back up to the promenade for a moment, notice these windows. They belong to interior cabins that overlook the promenade. Here's the view from one of those cabins. I can't imagine that anyone who books one of these cabins was happy with their choice, what with all the noise and music at all hours of the day and night. By now, it was late afternoon. Robin and the kids wanted some downtime, so they decided to rest in their respective cabins for a while. As usual, I didn't need a rest, so I used this opportunity to explore the ship. I started at the main theater. Next, I went up to deck 11 and saw the buffet restaurant called the Windjammer. One deck up, I saw the Johnny Rockets hamburger restaurant. One more deck up was where they have the Flow Rider, which gives passengers an opportunity to try their hands at surfing and boogie boarding. Next to that was the water slide. Just forward of the Flow Rider area was the main pool area. The round building with all the windows is deck 14. Inside that is a nightclub called Dizzy's. That night we had dinner in the main dining room. Everything was very formal and elegant. In addition, the service was fantastic. But the dinner they served us that night was awful. My dad would have had a cow. No pun intended. We all had prime rib that was the worst any of us had ever had. We hoped that the rest of the dinners there would be better. After dinner, we went up to something called Adventure Ocean, which was their video arcade. Lex was in heaven. But it was fun for the rest of us too. Lex even won himself a prize. At about 9 o'clock, the 5 of us went to see the show in the main theater. We arrived early and sat in the front row. The entire show consisted of a British solo performer who billed himself as J. Rawlings, comedic juggler. During the show, Rawlings would bring random people out of the audience on stage and involve them in his act. Then towards the end of the show, he looked down and called Clark up on the stage. The results were hilarious.
I think I have a purse made with invisible material. Have you ever seen one of these before, Clark? No. Yeah, but just check it out. Check the normal invisible purse, not one of the fake ones from eBay. Can you help me with that? Open it up, reach in and take out whatever is inside. Reach in and take out whatever is inside. Now, do you know what you have there, Clark?
No.
No, it's actually an invisible deck of cards. Okay, so hold on to the cards. It's a little bit bigger than that, Clark. Okay. Just hold on to the cards, close up the purse. Put that purse in any one of your pockets, it doesn't matter which one. Now, Clark, shuffle the deck of invisible cards. Hey! You've done this before! Are you happy now? Completely shuffled now?
Completely.
Okay, that's great. You do have to take them out of the box. So important for the next part of the trip. Okay, throw the box away. You don't need that. Ooh, careful. Now, what I want you to do is take those cards and spread them out across the table over here. Spread them out across the table. Perfect. So as you can see, all the cards are in numerical order. Hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Great. Now, so we've got 4 equal piles. One of hearts, one of clubs, one of spades, one of diamonds. Hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. Great. Pick up any 2 of the piles. Any 2 you like. Which are?
Hearts and diamonds.
Great. Throw them away. Pick up the spades and clubs. You now hand me either one. Which are?
Spades.
Spades. Great. So throw those away as well. Now, we're going to take the spades, but we're going to come back to these in just 1 second. Because first, now this is my favourite part of the show, Clark. Because to pull this next bit off, we're going to have to turn you, sir, into one of the world's greatest gunfighters.
Whoa!
Don't look so worried. Okay. You know what, have you ever seen any of the old westerns?
Sure.
Yes, like Gunfight, The OK Corral, Magnificent Seven, Toy Story, all the classics. I tell you what, I'm going to show you how it's done first, then it's your turn.
Okay.
Just watch for now.
Okay.
Okay, first, step one. The gunfighter stance. Okay, fingers at the ready. Swaying from side to side, so don't know which way you're gonna go. Then you look them menacingly in the eyes. And then comes the deadly gunfighter's whoop of death. No fear, you'll probably never see these people again. I'm sure this won't end up on YouTube. And finally you look them in the eyes and fire wildly into the air. It's your turn now. Go through all of it. The start simple.
Okay.
First, the stance. As low as you can. Low as you can. Fingers at the ready. Sway. Look them menacingly in the eyes. The gunfighter's war. A bit more John Wayne. This would be good. Really good. In fact, I think you're ready. Okay, so earlier, you remember we arrowed the cards down to spades. I want to check those are the spades we were using earlier. I haven't switched them.
Yes.
Perfect. So what's going to happen? I'm going to throw these cards up invisibly through the air. You, sir, get ready into your stance and fire as many shots as you would like.
Okay.
As you hit one and only one card, thus selecting it.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, into the stance. On three. 1, 2, 3, fire!
Pew, pew, pew.
Yes! You hit one card so massacrely as well. So knows what you've done. But for the people at the very back who can't see, what was the spade you shot?
The 6 of spades.
Great, take the 6, fold in half, and in half again, and take out your little purse from your pocket. Take out the purse. Open it up. Open it up. Place the card inside. Close it up and hand it back to me. Now, you all think I've been joking up till now. But the very special thing about the little purse is anything that goes inside that's invisible, when it comes out again, becomes quite visible. That's great, isn't it? But wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be incredible? That was your card. You shot the 6 of spades!
Oh my God!
I tell you what,
You did amazing.
enough of the soft stuff now.
That was great.
Then we debunked the old adage about lightning never striking the same place twice. Right after Clark sat down, Rawlings chose Karen to come up and help him with the last segment of his act. What a hoot!
It is my pleasure to present to you the beautiful, the gorgeous, the delightful, the lovely Karen! I won't ask you how old you are because it's rude. How much do you weigh? Seriously, what I would like you to do for me is come over to the table and pour some of the wine from the bottle into all 4 glasses. Some of the wine into all 4. Just be careful not to drink it, because take it from me, that stuff It'd give you a really good run for your money. Same in the last two. Actually, you know what? This makes it a bit more interesting. Can I ask this gentleman here, have your right shoe, please? Your right shoe. Yes, just the shoe. Ready. Yes, we got it. It was warm today, wasn't it? Karen, we have 4 glasses and we need 5. I would like to pour some wine for me now from the bottle to glass number 5.
Oh.
Right, as my old mom used to say, why go to heaven and be lonely? Should we do this?
Yeah!
You know what? Let's have a vote, because that's worked so well for the English recently. All those who think we should pour wine to this nice gentleman's shoe to improve our cruising experience. Cheer now! All those who think we shouldn't? Damn, that was close. Not even cheering for your own shoe there. All right, let's do this. Come on. Oh, it's really funny. You were going to do that? I bet you're great fun at parties. Hey, sir, seriously, I'll give you that back before we destroy it. Well, there's you down the balls. Oh, shoe man here. I would like to pick up the tray now with the 4 glasses. With the 4 glasses very carefully, or you will win the wet t-shirt competition for the cruise. Now everyone, as you can hear for yourselves, this is real glass. The slightest tilt in this balance, and the tray will fall off. Damn you, Newton! No one in my village gets that. Actually, it's nice to see so many people from my village out on a cruise. Okay, now, Karen, I'm going to put this bottle on top of this one. Then balance a lot on my chin. And when this frenzy mob has finally calmed down, I will reach out my right hand and use to hand me a glass, bearing in mind there's no way I can look for it. Okay? Karen, did you know I actually found this bottle on the beach? I uncorked the bottle, and there was a note inside. I unrolled the note, and the note said, "You have no messages." Okay, here we go.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes. Okay, you're all obviously saving a big applause for the next trick. Quickly, glass number 1. Karen! The glass! Fine. You just stay right where you are. Not around this lob of face. Karen! The glass! Oh, thank you. Okay, you might want to move back a bit. I'm not that good at this one. Most of you have probably realized by now I can't do this trick and just wanted to go on a cruise. Well, if you would like a free drink, lie down here with your mouth open.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Quickly, another glass! I never got this far before! All the students rushed the stage to save the alcohol!
Wow.
And the 3rd glass! Alright, I'll be honest here, this would be a lot easier if I couldn't see my face in the bottom of the tray!
Wow. Yay!
Alright, the last glass now. it's your turn. Look at the last glass. Oh God, I hope that's sweat.
Wow.
Karen, quickly, grab my balls.
What do you say?
They're in my bag, Karen. Thanks for thinking about it. Seriously, Karen, in my case, you'll find 3 long silver juggling clubs. Hey, Karen! Don't touch them! Seriously, all 3 are right hands. Okay, you probably guessed what's going to happen now. Karen, I would like you to catch the glasses. Only the rest of it. Okay, now, seriously, it is far too dangerous to go up here anymore. I want to shoot her on the balls. Karen, as she makes the way back.
Hey!
Keep your balls going, my friend from backstage. It's on the other stage here.
Oh my! Wow! Woo! Yay! Wow!
That night, we went to bed knowing that the next day would be an at-sea day and we would have an opportunity to relax after our hectic visit to Venice.